वासुदेवाय
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
नारायणं नमस्कृत्य
Narayana Namaskritya
नरं चैव नरोत्तमं
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
ततो जयमुदीरये
Tato Jayamudire
नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु
Nashtaprayashu
नित्यं भागवत सेवया
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
भगवती उत्तम श्लोके
Bhagavati Uttama
भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी
Bhakti Bhavati Naishtaki.
चलो अगस्यः प्रागदूहितरम्
35, 36 Prabhuji, 35.
ड्राइव हो गया नंबर बदल गया हाँ now it's okay हाँ okay तत्र चंद्रवसानामः ताम्रपाणि वटोदका पुण्य सलिलै नित्यम् यत्रात्मनो मृजन् चंद्रावसानामः ताम्रपाणि वटोदका पुण्य सलिलै नित्यम् उभयत्रामनो मृजन्
Prabhuji, you're muted, Prabhuji.
हरे कृष्णा
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Let's change of laptop. Oh,
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. 4:28:35, Prabhuji.
what is the topic today?
Topic.
Fat, Prabhuji, fat. Prabhuji, 35 to 36.
कांदार्ष्टिकी मूला फलैः
कंदर्शी फूलफले
नैत्रिमोदकैः
पुष्पपर्णे सस्तंगते
वर्तमानः शनैः गात्रा
वर्तमानः शनैः गात्रा शशनं तपासि
तत्र चंद्रवसा चंद्रवसरिव नामा ताम्रपाणी river Vatotaka river of those rivers Purnya Shalilai with the water Nityam Ubayatra both Asmanaha Mrijan washing Kanda earth Ashtivihi and by seeds Mula roots Palai and by fruits Pushpa Parnai and by leaves Nda grass Udakai and by water Vardhamanaha subsisting Shanai gradually Gatra body Shanam rendering Tapaha Asiraha. In the province of Lachada, there were rivers named Chandravasa, Tamarpani, and Vakotaka. King Malyalam used to go to this fire rivers regularly and take his bath there. Thus he purified himself externally and internally. He took his bath and ate birds, seeds, leaves, flowers, fruits and grass and drank water. In this way he underwent severe hospital, eventually became very skinny. Audio is clear?
No, Prabhuji.
No, Prabhuji.
Echo.
No.
Hare Krishna Prabhu,
voice
echoing.
echo and break.
Now it is okay?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Hari bol, Hari bol.
Yeah, purple.
माता जी कौन है? Prabhuji, may I read?
No, wait a minute. Yes, Mataji, start. It looks like she is busy. Chalo, start reading.
Purport by
Prabhuji, can I
Srila.
read?
Yes, Mataji, start.
Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. We can definitely see that to advance in Krishna consciousness, one must control his bodily weight. If one becomes too fat, it is to be assumed that he is not advancing spiritually. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur severely criticized his fat disciples. The idea is that one who intends to advance in Krishna consciousness must not eat very much. Devotees used to go to forest, high hills or mountains on pilgrimages. But such severe austerities are not possible in these days. One should instead eat only prasada and no more than required. According to the Vaishnava calendar, there are many fasts such as Ekadashi and the appearance and disappearance days of God and his devotees. All of these are meant to decrease the fat within the body so that one will not sleep more than desired and and will not become inactive and lazy. Overindulgence in food will cause a man to sleep more than required. This human form of life is meant for austerity. And austerity means controlling sex, food intake, etc. In this way, time can be saved from spiritual activity and one can purify himself both externally and internally. Thus, both body and mind can be cleansed. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashat Deshatarine Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare Hare.
Tata Chandra Vasama Nama
Tatra
Tatra
Chandra
Chandravasanama
Vasanama
Tamraparni Vatodaka
Tamraparni
Tamraprani
Vatodaka
Vatodaka.
Atapurnya Shalilai Nityam
Tatupunya
Tatupunya
Salile
Salile
Nityam
Nitam.
Ubhayatmatmano Mrijan
Ubhaya
Ubhayatrattmano Mrijan
Tatmanunjan.
Kandastivir Mulapalai
Kandashi
Kandashti
Mulapale.
Phalai
Parnai Trinodakai
Pushpa
Pushpa
Parni
Samana
Trinodakai
Shanai Gatra
Vartamana Shane
Vartamani
Gatara
Gatara.
Karshanam Tapasita.
Tapagato.
In the province of Kulacha, there were rivers named Chandravasa, Tamrapani, and Vatodaka. King Malayadwaja used to go to these pious rivers regularly and take his bath there. Thus he purified himself externally and internally. He took his bath and ate bulbs, seeds, leaves, flower, roots, fruits, grasses, and drank water. In this way, he underwent severe austerity. Eventually, he became very skinny.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah.
I cannot see the screen, Prabhuji.
No problem. This is on my laptop, so it's taking time.
Okay. 1 second, Prabhuji. Let me open it. Purport by His Divine Grace, AC Bhakti
नहीं नहीं
Vedanta
हो गया
Swami.
परपट हो
Huh?
गया
Over.
Okay, sorry, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Let us come now. Okay, my laptop. Take care. So I changed the laptop because my personal laptop, some nice quotations were there. Okay, now difficult for me to take the class. Everybody is smiling at me. I am the fattest person sitting here. How many are fat in the assembly? For classes for them today, raise your hand.
Prabhuji, me, Jyoti.
You raise a hand, I can't see. You don't have to switch on your video. You can switch on your video, we can confirm. Okay. So anyway, this class is for all of us. Okay. And also because it's also why fat is being not recommended is because fat also leads to laziness. Somebody may not be fat if he's lazy, the effect is already there, you know. Don't be lazy, that's all. Okay. Now there are various instances Srila Prabhupada talked about and various recommendations he has given. Srila Prabhupada talks about that his spiritual master, Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada, he was very upset if somebody used to become fat. And Prabhupada used to always recommend that we eat less, then that takes care of it. So one Prabhupada's sister had come to meet Srila Prabhupada. And Srila Prabhupada was having a joke with her. So he was joking with her, why you are so fat? And then she said, no, I don't eat much. Then Srila Prabhupada tells his disciples, how is it possible without eating somebody can become fat? So fat means he's eating more than he should. Obvious, common sense. We are doing tapasya. In fact, in spiritual life, our bodily needs are reduced. Ahara, nidra, bhaya, maithuna. Eating is reduced, sleeping is reduced, sex life is reduced. That is spiritual life. We say we are not the body, we are spirit. And I am practicing simple living and high thinking. But I have no control on the tongue. When I eat more than I should eat. So fat will signify always an epitome of a lazy man is fat. So you eat. Prabhupada says in Bhagavad Gita, for Bhima, the word used is Vikrodara. So Prabhupada says, Bhima used to eat a lot. When Queen Kunti used to divide the food every day, she used to keep 50% for Bhima and the rest 50%, all of that together. So Bhima was eating like an elephant. But then, he was not fat. Because he was working also like an elephant. So no problem, you eat nicely, but then you work also nicely. Then you will not become fat. So therefore, Bhaktivinoda Thakur gives a very good balance. He says 8 hours we should be working, doing something. Krishna has given such a beautiful temple. Because if we are free, we can do kirtan here. Do something. 8 hours, do service. There is no time in this division for reading news. There is no time in this division for watching reels. There is no time Bhaktivinoda Thakur gives for that. What do the old people do, retired people? The whole day read news. And 8 hours for service, because you have a body, this needs engagement. In fact, most of the diseases today is because of lifestyle. Previously, people used to work on the fields, agriculture. We also have 5 acres land here. We can plant so many vegetables, fruits. Good. Good for body, some hard work. Good for health. When Srila Prabhupada saw people running on the road in America, he used to laugh. He said, why don't they do some agriculture? Because they live a lazy life. Because they live a lazy life, then they have to run. So 8 hours for the body, for sleeping, for bathing, for eating. And 8 hours for service. We are engaged in serving something. And I said, there is a time to kirtan. Don't sleep. In fact, sleeping is considered the worst thing to do in a daytime. Between the sunrise and before the sunset, nobody should sleep. It's very bad. We have given, so-called we have given our life to serve Krishna. We say we have given our life to serve Krishna. And we are sleeping. We should be active. Life is short. Just flying away. So eating, and so we got 8 hours for sadhana and 8 hours we got for the body. 8 hours for, sadhana, yes. 8 hours for the body. And 8 hours engagement. If somebody is engaged like that, he is healthy. Doesn't matter he is thin or fat, he is spiritually healthy if he is engaged like that. So every day, at the end of the day, we should make a calculation. Maybe we can have a WhatsApp group. Everybody can say, okay, how many hours I did service today? How many hours I did sadhana today? And sadhana includes reading. See, morning sadhana 4:30 to 9, 4.5 hours, still 3.5 hours are there. You can attend evening program, that is how much? 2 hours, if it is, or 1.5 hours, 6 hours, still 2 hours are there, reading time is there. You cannot, there was once one devotee was standing in front of the altar at 10 o'clock in the morning. When devotee was standing, looking at the deities at 10 o'clock. Prabhupada came, this is the time for service. What are you doing? Generally, ideally, it's, if, the present situation that we are in, the more we are busy, more we are happy. Otherwise, we become mental. Mind start eating us. True, this rule doesn't apply to people at an advanced age. They are exempted to some extent. But Srila Prabhupada once, he was 80-year-old. How much? 80-year-old. And then what happened? One reporter was asking Srila Prabhupada, you people are simply eating. You are not working in office, outside. You are simply eating. So Srila Prabhupada says, I'm 80-year-old, but you cannot work hard like me. Even though Prabhupada was such an advanced age, he was vigorously working. So we have to set a good example by working hard. Prabhupada used to say, we want hard workers, not lazy people. Hard workers means working enthusiastically whole day, something to do service to Krishna. Prabhupada also talks about a very nice instance in Bhagavatam, wherein Prahlad Maharaj, after he becomes a king, he is roaming his kingdom. And he sees a spiritualist. How? He can see his face very bright, tejas. He can know he's a very advanced spiritualist. But he was fat. So actually that was the incarnation of Dattatreya. And then he instructs Prahlad Maharaj. So he asked him this question. Prahlad Maharaj asked this question to that personality, why you're fat? So you have a right to ask any devotee, why you're fat? Because Prahlad Maharaj asked. So there are various Prabhupadas giving solutions to it. Number one, Srila Prabhupada says, eat only prasadam. And the first time when people come to the temple, we give them prasadam. Have more, have more. That is first stage. That's the beginning. And the next stage is we eat prasadam, but only what we need. Srila Prabhupada said so many devotees are falling down in his movement because in the name of prasadam, they eat more what they need. Oh, prasadam, oh, prasadam, oh, prasadam, they keep it. And then they fall down in spiritual there. Because when you eat more, then the stomach becomes big. When the stomach becomes big, it pushes the genitals. Then person cannot follow rules of brahmacharya, grihastha, anything. Just naam ke vaste. In Nectar of Instruction also there is a shloka that 6 things destroy bhakti. Nectar of Instruction, 6 things destroy bhakti. What are the 6 things?
Bhaktyahara prayasascha prajapanyamagraha.
So, in that, first one is atyahara. Okay. So, various ways Prabhupada is giving guidance. Number one, eat less. Another place Prabhupada gives guidance, he says the sadhus generally eat once in a day. That also, we see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is going for alms. He is only once in a day going for alms. Only once in a day. Not that he is going to some house in the breakfast, some house for lunch, some house for dinner. So one way is that we can skip one meal, and best thing is to skip dinner. We can stop dinner. Prabhupada many times says, don't eat in the night. Many times he says. Not good. We can avoid. Okay, that is one. Many temples have, in ISKCON, standard eating is 10 o'clock and then 4, 5 o'clock, or no dinner, correct? Generally standard. There is no dinner in ISKCON generally. What happens actually, the deity kitchen is separate and the devotee kitchen is separate. In the brahmachari kitchen is separate, deity kitchen is separate. Today we have both same. Lord is eating 8 times, that is for the Lord. For us it is generally recommended 10 o'clock 4 o'clock. That's what the balance in ISKCON is. People eat 2 times. But they don't eat after sunset. They don't eat in the night. That also helps. Okay, that is one solution. What to do? Another solution is that, so what are the first solution? Work hard. You work 8 hours a day, you'll not become fat. As much you eat doesn't matter. Number two is what? Skip one meal. Preferably skip dinner. Okay. 2. Number 3, fast on the days of Ekadashi and the Lord's festival or Acharya Parents' Day. So that way what happens? Excess fat is dissolved. Correct? Body needs energy, it will take from the fat. So fat will go away. Actually, thin person looks young and handsome. And I will give you an example, because people will not understand. Suppose a man is there, I show him a girl which is fat, it will not be attractive. And I show to a girl a man which is fat, it will not be attractive. So how do you think you are attractive when you are fat? Logical, no? So fat person looks old, fat person looks lazy. True, Prabhupada is kind here. He says the word too fat. He didn't say fat. But you see, at the same time, Srila Prabhupada, just like a mother. In presence of mother, the child becomes fat, mother has no problem. She keeps feeding him. So Srila Prabhupada personally, in presence of Srila Prabhupada, so many disciples became very big and fat in his presence. Because he had motherly love, he didn't mind it. He was affectionate. So it's not that somebody is not a devotee or he doesn't deserve affection, but only if he is thinner, he will be more active. Okay? So somebody may be thin and he is lazy, and somebody is fat, is hardworking, that also happens. Okay, that also happens. The essence is person should not be lazy. Focus is we should be continuously working. Okay. So we keep ourselves busy whole day. Another thing, many nowadays world very excited about exercise. But it looks very funny and very bad when sadhu is doing exercise. It looks very bad. They look like materialists. Materialists are very interested in body. So therefore we follow Srila Prabhupada's example. He used to go for a walk. That is fine. Prabhupada used to go for a walk. And at that time you can chant Hare Krishna also. You can talk Krishna conscience to other people also. If you are running, you can't chant. You cannot even talk to anybody. And looks, you are in a bodily concept. I'm interested in a body. We are a materialist. We are not a spiritualist. Nowadays the fashion to buy a treadmill, keep in the house, it's a fashion. But Prabhupada never appreciated it. Prabhupada was rather unhappy. Even in India, when Srila Prabhupada came, he saw some people running a road. He said, Prabhupada, they gone mad or what? What's the problem with them? In India also they started doing that. If person feels he has energy in the body more, he can take a Kulai. You have 5 acres, Baba, make some garden for us, nice, put some tulsi, put some fruits, flowers. That is positive engagement. This is just waste, no? At the end of the day, that energy is used for nothing. And you can utilize the energy, something. So we can find our time, we have limited time, keep ourselves busy. We see the Goswamis, we generally see the great saints, the Goswamis, were very thin. Very thin. No time for eating, no time for sleeping, busily engaged. Raghunath Das Goswami used to eat once in 2 days, little. very thin. So, because spiritual life means tapasya. Okay, spiritual life means tapasya. And once devotees made the body of Narad Muni, and they made a painting. And Narad Muni is having, nice muscles like that. Prabhupada said, a tapasvi. He is not why you're doing like that? Make him thin. Okay? So always that is the nature. All the acharyas, you see them thin. Okay? Now, I'll take some quotations of Srila Prabhupada. I know it's a very controversial topic, so people will be very angry at me. So I'll take some quotations, okay? Okay. Yes, Supriti Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. O Brahmana, fully in knowledge of transcendence, you have nothing to do and therefore you are lying down. It is also understood that you have no money for sense enjoyment. How then has your body become so fat? Under the circumstances, if you do not consider my question impudent, kindly explain how this has happened.
So Prahlad Maharaj is asking, hey, you are a spiritualist, why you're fat? So you have a right. If you see somebody fat, hey, why you're fat? You can ask. Prahlad Maharaj asked. Okay, what is the answer now? Let us see the answer. Prabhupada's purport. Yes.
Purport. Generally, those engaged in spiritual advancement take food only once, either in the afternoon or in the evening.
Okay, the first solution. And Prabhuji practices it. Eat once. That is one solution. Okay, next, continue.
If one takes food only once, naturally he does not become fat. The learned sage, however, was quite fat, and therefore Prahlad Maharaj was very much surprised. Because of being experienced in self-realization, a transcendentalist certainly becomes bright-faced, and one who is advanced in self-realization must be considered to possess the body of a Brahmana. Because the bright-faced saintly person was lying down and not working, and yet was quite fat, Prahlad Maharaj was puzzled and wanted to question about this.
So you can question. Prahlad Maharaj asked the Paramahamsa, that's all fine, you are so bright, you are a great devotee. Why you are fat? he could ask. True. But if you are a Paramahamsa, yes, you are beyond the bodily designation, you can do whatever you want. But we are not Paramahamsa. Okay. Okay, now next.
Seeing the saintly person to be quite fat, Prahlad Maharaj said, "My dear sir, you undergo no endeavor to earn your livelihood, but you have a stout body exactly like that of a materialistic enjoyer. I know that if one is very rich and has nothing to do, he becomes extremely fat by eating and sleeping and performing no work."
Yeah, chalo.
Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakura did not like his disciples to become very fat in the course of time. He would become very anxious upon seeing his fat disciples becoming bhogis or enjoyers of the senses. This attitude is herewith confirmed by Prahlad Maharaj, who was surprised to see a saintly person adopting Ajagara Vritti and becoming very fat. In the material world also, we generally see that when a man who is poor and skinny gradually endeavors to earn money through business or some other means and he then gets the money, he enjoys the senses to his satisfaction. By enjoying the senses, one becomes fat. Therefore, in spiritual advancement, becoming fat is not at all satisfactory.
Okay, very interesting. What is happening? Becoming fat is not at all. Not at all. That is what is the last word? Satisfactory. And Prabhupada says, enjoy the senses to the satisfaction, you become fat. Okay? So, yeah, anybody wants to add something? You read something more.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
I have more quotations, but I think this much is enough. Yeah.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Ah.
Prabhuji, we are talking about the fat people, but I understand one thing, that because of today's lifestyle and all that, fat person, it is okay. But if the person is not fat, at times it is observed that having fatty liver also leads to laziness. And it does not always appear in the fat person. Fatty livers also appear sometimes in the persons who are quite slim also, Prabhuji.
Correct.
So how do you tackle about this?
Now that is another. That is now we are a doctor of medical science. Fatty liver will talk later. Let us just say the principle. Anna,
Just a lighter note, I am telling.
I understand. Okay, let us go to the today's topic. Let us discuss what we heard. Now you are adding something, fatty liver. Then we need medical science people to guide us. Okay, now let us continue on the principle. So try 8 plus 8 plus 8. That is one way to avoid fat. See, at the end of the day, we should work hard to serve Krishna. Fat or thin, that is secondary. We have to work to serve Krishna. It's just being thin and sleeping, that doesn't make sense. We work hard to serve Krishna, okay? That is important, okay? And then fat is a sign of somebody who is eating more than he is working. Then he becomes fat, okay? And then, now once you acquired fat, it is not easy to leave it. So one of the ways to lose fat is what? You work, you fast, you can walk, take a japamala and walk, you can do that. What are the other means, Prabhupada said? You can skip a meal, and particularly dinner. That's a tradition in ISKCON. Generally in ISKCON, in a practice, see, Prabhupada said, eat once, but actually Prabhupada did not implement for devotees that. He did not. And neither for himself implemented so strictly. Srila Prabhupada was not after these things. His focus was devotees chant nicely. Okay? So, but many times when the devotees are falling sick, Prabhupada wrote a letter. If they eat once, they'll not fall sick also. That's good. But it's not enforced. When I was seeing, in fact, eating once, I read once, and I used to tease all the devotees. Prabhupada said, eat once. Prabhupada said, eat once. Everybody was very disturbed. But then I saw when Prabhupada started first time the movement called League of Devotees in India. Prabhupada started the League of Devotees in India. In that there is multiple meals are there in the schedule. Evening, afternoon, morning, meals are there. Even in the West when Srila Prabhupada was preaching, he had multiple meals. Okay? So they were just like Srila Prabhupada does not enforce Nirjala Ekadashi in this moment. We all know Nirjala Ekadashi is very good, correct? And we also know from today is very good for fat people. But Prabhupada did not enforce it ever. Okay, what you can do, you can do. He didn't enforce. He himself did not follow that, do Nirjala Ekadashi. He used to go somewhere, hey, you can, from that, we can make some vegetable for Ekadashi. So he was eating on Ekadashi. So Prabhupada made it simple. He did not enforce, but he gave the principles. There is something called principles, something called application. Okay? But Srila Prabhupada had many disciples who were very fat, and Prabhupada gave them big responsibilities. Like Brahmananda Gargumuni was very fat. Have you seen them even now? They are huge. But Prabhupada gave them big responsibilities. Not that, fat, so he's not a devotee. Nothing like that. Prabhupada encouraged. But a principle he told, it is good to be thinner than fat. See, our focus is to remember Krishna. We are not come to this world to become fat or thin. Okay? Today in the society, losing weight is considered a big thing and all focus is there. But that's bodily platform. If you keep discussing fat, thin, we are on the bodily platform. We are the spirit soul. We are not the body. Okay. But at the same time, it is convenient for spiritual advancement to have a thinner body than a fat body. It's convenient. Just like two kinds of cars. It is easier to run a car which is thinner than a car which is fat. It's easier. Even for the heart, as we advance in age, it is good to leave because the heart becomes weaker as we grow older. It has to pump so much blood to feed so many cells. A thinner person means heart has less work to do.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I have seen devotees like they are fat due to hereditary also, Prabhuji, and they are so active and they are so spiritually advanced and they are inclined to do so much of seva and they eat less also, Prabhuji. I have seen such devotees.
That's okay. But I'm just saying, it is preferable to have a thinner body. That's fine.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes,
You know
yes.
that. Somebody thin in
not-
opposite sex looks very attractive. Goes around behind a fat woman, nobody goes, correct?
Yes.
Prabhupada used to say in Bhagavatam, it says Sumadhyama, the middle portion is thin. That person looks very attractive and young. Hai na? Sumadhyama. Sumadhyama means. Okay?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Fattiness is not the always
Hare Krishna,
criteria
Prabhu.
for the laziness, no, Prabhuji?
Huh?
Fatness is not the only criteria for the laziness.
Yeah. The goal is not to be lazy. You may
Correct.
be thin and not doing 8-hour service. That's not recommended.
Yeah, that is important. Yeah.
You should work. Correct. Somebody may be thin and is sleeping
Hare
all day.
Krishna,
Somebody may be
Prabhuji.
fat and is working 20 hours. Yeah. But fat will give
Prabhuji,
you
if
more.
we take
See,
to
but the point is, fat will give you more, will give you a tendency for laziness, but you can push against it and you can work. Eat more, sleep more. Correct? That's true
Hare
or not?
Krishna, Prabhuji.
See, sometimes you have seen on Ekadashi, I don't know how many of, anybody has done Nirjala Ekadashi? Anybody here has done Nirjala Ekadashi anytime?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Have you noticed the next day you don't get sleep in the night?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes,
You get up after 2-3 hours all. And also, we have seen devotee want to get up early, they don't eat in the night. It becomes difficult to get up if you eat in the night. Correct? Anna?
Yes.
True?
Yes,
Yes,
True,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Oh,
You can combine all the factors and think what we should do.
Hare Krishna,
Next
Prabhuji.
set of instruction shloka is there,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, as you suggested in purport also, okay, from sunset to sunrise we should not sleep. But because of our job, suppose we are doing night shift, we have to sleep during daytime. But we are maintaining 8+8+8, so that is okay, na Prabhu?
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. See, Prabhupada gave a permission for 1 hour in the afternoon. Generally, devotees in the temple, but that 1 hour should restrict to 1 hour. Small nap, if that is needed, bodily requirement. But then rest of the day we should be working hard. We should finish at 8 hours. Not that is sleep and then we get up in the night. The night you don't get sleep. Correct?
Yeah. During night time, suppose we are completing our rounds and reading, so that is, I think it will be okay. Na? So in daytime we can sleep. So both can be done. Even during duty time we cannot sleep. We have to be awakened. So during that time, daytime, definitely we have to sleep. So then only we can able to wake up in full night.
Yeah, no, we have different profession, different situations. See, these are the principles, and Prabhupada has not forcefully implemented anyone, correct? He said, you chant your 16 round, do service, correct? But essence is there, it's good. In Ayurveda, it is said it is good, that principle, if you don't even close your eyes during the day, it's good. There's so many doshas develop. Nowadays, they call it power nap in the afternoon. I've seen some offices, they make a small bed in a corner with the curtain. They take half an hour power nap. So many things have developed. Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, we take to eating 2 times in a day. So, what should be the timings?
No, I'm saying in ISKCON,
Night
generally,
meal
in the
skip.
temple in
Night
ISKCON,
meal skips.
morning and early evening, before sunset, generally.
Okay.
But I tell you, these are not
Okay, 10
the... see, these are guiding principles. Main thing you chant 16 rounds and follow 4 regular rules. That is fixed. Rest are fine-tuning. Okay? According to your body and situation, you fine-tune. Okay? You understand?
Prabhuji has suggested
Okay,
the
thank you, Hare
parameters,
Krishna.
Prabhuji, right?
These are guiding principles. See, main thing is, am I chanting 16 rounds following 4 regular principles? Prabhupada will take you to Krishna's lotus feet. These are guiding principles which will help you fine-tune. You understand? It will fine-tune. Okay? As far as possible, according to body, you have different body. How much we eat depends on different body. Correct? Everybody has to understand. In fact, Ayurveda, they have that. You
Yes.
eat, you get, they say now to stop, Hannah? They have that. And the second time, so they understand. Suppose you eat one day. Suppose you want to find out how much you should eat, because Prabhupada says we should eat sumptuously, we should not eat voraciously. Okay? But then your point will be, how to see the difference between sumptuous and voracious? Anybody Ayurvedic doctor here in the assembly? He can tell us. So,
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. My grandfather was Ayurvedic doctor. He in our family, what they say, Prabhuji, our digestion is totally dependent on sun. So after the sun sets, we should eat less because our Jataragni is there. So it goes on digesting till sun is there. After sunset, the Jataragni becomes very weak. So after 6 or 7, we should not have heavy meal. So it
very
is.
good, very good. Yeah, in case you are, now see, it is a guiding, in case you are hungry, have something light, but don't have heavy in the night, okay? Suppose you may be. Generally, in the temples, what we practice, morning breakfast, eat sumptuously. How do you know sumptuously? If you have a stomach, 50% should be filled with food, 25% with water, 25% with air. So Ayurveda, they determine that suppose you eat 1 chapati, 2 chapati, 3 chapati, everybody's body is different, 4, 5, and then a particular time, they know that is the stomach. Now they eat half of that, 3 they will eat. Suppose at 6 you do, so they will eat 3 then, huh? That's what I heard. Everybody's body is different. Our main essence is I have to work hard, I need energy. It's not that, like what happened in Bhaksanda Prabhupada's Gaudiya Math, he went to one Gaudiya Math, and everybody was sleeping. He said, why you are all sleeping? Srila Prabhupada, today is Nirjala Ekadashi. He said, eat and go for service. So it's not that our focus is fat or big. We need energy to work hard, but take care. If you're becoming fat means take care. You may be eating little more than what you need. So keep working hard and eat little less. Okay? That will balance it. Prabhupada says if you eat less, you'll become weak, but you'll not die. But if you eat more, you will get diseases. We get diseases by eating more, not less. Okay? And it's also a punya principle. When I'm eating more, somebody is not going to get food now, because God has given enough food for everybody. But if I eat more, then somebody doesn't get a food. Correct? This food is for everybody, for human beings, for all the living entities. So it's good to eat as much as we need. Okay? So if you are in doubt, you should eat 3 chapati or 4, better eat 2 if you are in doubt. Correct? You should eat as much your body needs for your services. And also see, it depends on service. Suppose somebody's service is very, like he is doing cooking service, which is very exerting, correct? He needs to eat more. Somebody's service whole day is just give 1 class in the morning and sleep, then he should eat less. Depends on the service also. But we can know at the end result, there is a devotee preferable to be thin. But that is not the end. That is not the goal. Like in society today, losing weight has become the goal because they want to look handsome and beautiful for sense enjoyment. No. That is not the goal of a devotee. The principle to serve Krishna, it will be easier for me to be thinner. And then somebody also found more ways. One devotee I know, his whole family was fat, and I saw them recently, they were quite thin, everybody. I said, what do you read? It's we removed rice from the meal. Rice makes you fat, because rice is like sugar, polished rice. You put in the mouth, buduk, it gives you immediate energy, and you tend to gain weight. They found rice as also, eat more chapatis, because chapati if you eat, it slowly digests. It releases energy through the day. And you don't feel hungry immediately. You eat rice, suppose you take fruits, at that moment your stomach is filled, within half an hour you are hungry, because immediately digest. But suppose you eat rice, it takes little more time. But if we eat chapati, it takes little more time. And in chapati also they say, if you eat other grains, they have found like ragi, so many, it is still better. So there are so much energy.
Millets.
Nowadays, millets are very popular. They take more time to digest, so your stomach doesn't feel hungry immediately.
Jor, Prabhuji, jor.
Jawar, ragi. Okay, so many things are there. But that's not our goal. Our goal is to serve Krishna with all energy. This will be a fine-tuning. This will help us. Okay? So all the people who are fat, like me, I was thinking today, I'll not take this class. Because how can I take this class? Sitting, occupying the whole screen. So what do I say, what to do? So at least when I speak, at least I am hearing. At least I am hearing. Okay? Okay? Eat only prasadam. Eat prasadam, but eat less. But at the same time, you should have whole day energy for service. So if you can digest 100 kilo, you eat 100 kilo. That's not an issue. Simple principle, eat what... See, sleeping principle, simple. Because our focus is chanting. Our focus should not become fat, thin, and focus should not become something else. Correct? Our principle is chant very nicely. That is our focus. Okay? And how much to sleep? You should sleep that much you feel fresh when you get up. That is the principle of sleep. How much you should eat? I should eat so that I get full of energy in the whole day. That is simple principle, okay? But even after all this, you are becoming fat, then just take care that you're fasting on Ekadashi, that will take care of the extra fat, and you're fasting on all the Acharya appearance, disappearance day, Lord's festivals, that will help you. Don't eat in the night, that will help you. And kind of food you eat, you can work on that little, that will help you, okay? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you, Dandavat Pranam.
If you make
Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, सभी को सादर
Krishna Prabhuji.
instead of fat, if you make the title
Prabhuji.
instead of fat, how to lose weight, you see the number of hits on the class will be millions. Oh, everybody is interested, huh?
Yes.
Guaranteed way to lose weight. Everybody is interested.
There is a shloka in the Nectar of Instruction, Prabhuji. Atyahara
Yes.
prayashastu
We
prajalpaniyam.
discussed that. Hare Krishna, everybody.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat
Krishna,
Pranam.
Prabhuji, thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Dandavat
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Prabhu, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Hare.